everybody, welcome back to Kimchi Cornbread. I'm Sherry. Today we are going to be making Aebleskiver's, which are donuts, pancake kind of things that are stuffed with fruit filling. This one's going to be stuffed with apple today, or you can just leave them plain and use them for dipping or whatever. They are extremely fun to make because they are perfectly round. You will need an Aebleskiver pan. This one has 7 divots or mold sections. This one is cast iron. I've seen them in non-stick and other materials. Find the one that works best for you. If you're using an electric stove top, if you're using gas, read the reviews very, very carefully. You can buy these, they're like choosing cars. You can spend as little or as much as you want on them. There are a couple of ingredients to this. I will link everything down below, as well as put a link to the blog post that explains everything. One of the things I want to mention is I am using apple filling. This is like a typical apple pie one, except this one I've chopped up. You can use applesauce, you can buy apple pie filling, but this is easy to make. All you do is peel and chop up some apples. I have chosen Granny Smith and Honeycrisp. I like the different textures that go in it because Granny Smith tend to hold their shape well, whereas the Honeycrisp will kind of soften up and become a little mushy. A couple of pats of butter, a squeeze of lemon juice, some cinnamon, freshly ground nutmeg, and don't forget the brown sugar. This is my typical. You can take it anywhere you want to, add whatever you want to. It is your apple pie filling and do it however you like it. I'm gonna go ahead and mix the dry ingredients. This is our all-purpose flour, and I'm shaking my sugar and baking soda into it. And I'm gonna give this a good whisk just to combine all the ingredients. So let's set this aside real quick for just a second. We're gonna take this time to whip our egg whites up into stiff peaks. We're gonna go ahead and set this aside. I almost forgot. We also want to add just a smidge of salt. And traditionally, Aebleskiver's are flavored with cardamom, which I really love. It's a florally spicy scent. It doesn't add a lot for flavor, but you can kind of tell it's there. Start off with a very little amount, maybe half a teaspoon to a teaspoon. That should be enough. If you do not have cardamom or don't like it, feel free to substitute with cinnamon. And go ahead. That smells good. And go ahead and mix that in a little bit. We are gonna mix in our egg yolks, our melted butter, and our buttermilk. Now, the trick to this batter and to being able to create the circle shape is to have a looser dough. If your dough is too thick, it'll puff up too fast and then you won't have time to maneuver it so that it creates the ball. Mine's a little on the thick side, so I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit more buttermilk to it. We're gonna go ahead and incorporate our whites. You're gonna start off with probably about 1/4 of the egg whites. You want the egg whites incorporated very well. If they aren't, when we start to cook the Aebleskiver's, you'll notice like patches of cooked egg white, and that's not what we're going for. A little bit more, and fold it in. The last of our egg whites have been mixed in. I've set it aside, and now we're gonna get our Aebleskiver pan heated up. You wanna heat it up to about medium. The lower the better when you're first starting. Once you get the hang of it, go ahead and increase this, increase the heat. But I would start with medium, maybe medium high, depending on your cooktop. So for this part, while this is heating up, I hope you can hear me, we'll need a little bit of room temp butter, something to spread it in the pan with, some teaspoons to help, some teaspoons to put our filling into the Aebleskiver, a skewer to turn them, and obviously a spoon to put some batter in. When your pan is hot, go ahead and spoon in your dough. You want it to just about filled. And put about a teaspoon of filling in the center of each Aebleskiver. The trick to this is to pull it up and tilt it so it's about halfway. After you've rolled the last one out of the pan, go ahead and plate them. I like mine simple with a little bit of powdered sugar on top. Feel free to use syrup, chocolate sauce, caramel sauce, whatever your heart's desire, and go ahead and dig in. So these are still warm, which I'm digging. And there we go, that lovely apple filling in the center. So good. I really hope you enjoy this recipe. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time on Kimchi and Cornbread.